Hello and welcome back to RallyE Barbados 2020 on day 3. I'm Chris Reardon.
And I'm Dominic Linton, and we have an action-packed day for you today. This event is run by CRC Motorsport in conjunction with Carib Rally Club. Here are your platforms again on Codemasters Dirt Rally 2 game. Friday night has been very eventful, wasn't it, Chris?
It was in the dark in Germany. Unfortunately, a couple of competitors did suffer some difficulties and crashed out, but on the Saturday, the heavens opened, made life very difficult.
Made life very, very difficult. The tyre choice especially. Do you run with wets or do you run with softs? A couple of spins here as seen by Robert Simmons, just getting it crossed up under the brakes, but no dramas, getting going again. And also good to have more local heroes like Kurt Thompson, part of the Gonsalves rally team in his Polo R5. Good to have one of the Thompson brothers out here on the Esports event with us. Hope to see more from him in the future.
Also some veterans of the sport, Ryan Champion and Trevor Electric Micey Manning. Good to have them along for this esports event. Had a few technical difficulties on the Saturday, unfortunately, but kept going and put in a good performance. So here we have the recap of the Day 2 leaderboard. Liam Carfrae out front in his Fabia R5, closely followed by Dominic Ollivierre, 11 seconds behind, and then Jeremy Gonsalves, 14.7 seconds behind. Our very own Dominic Linton as well in 8th. Good showing.
And also good showing from Adam Mallalieu down in 11th, making his way up the leaderboard in his first esports event. He's only a teenager, mind you, so watch out for him on day 3. Let's take you through one of the Sunday stages here. 3 loops of 3 with one final stage to come. We've got a surprise for you later on. Some bit of overnight rain making the first stage a long one, but wet, with the rest of the stages dry. Some evening sun coming in later on after the lunch halt will make it tricky for the drivers. We'll taking it from Comienzo del Rio on the opening run. And the final stage brought to you by Cat Spraddle Sweet Potato Vodka, 100% Barbados product.
So day 3, we're in Spain this time. Previously we were in Germany. This just brings something slightly different to the table. Some long, fast stages. Requires slightly different setup.
Yeah, the cars will be running a bit lower ride height, stiffer suspension, negative camber. Brake bias will be tricky for the S's, especially in the opening run through Comienzo stage.
We go in day 3. Sean Corbin up first.
Alrighty.
So let's listen on board with him.
First stage is wet, and the second and third are dry.
Good luck.
I'm gonna just try to get through to the finish, and that would be great. Let's get this show on the road.
3, 2,
Some positive words there from Sean starting day 3.
Yeah, let's get this on the road indeed. See how he gets on. As he said, in the wet. Makes life quite tricky with these. You can see the barriers in nice and close to him.
Into 3 right, don't cut.
A little bit tentative on the opening sections of the stage. It's a very, very long stage as well, but he'll have another pass through this one and on the second loop, but in the dry most importantly. So this will be a sighting run for him for later.
4 left, don't cut.
It'll be interesting to see who takes what tyres. Do you take the wets because you've got the longer stage, or do you take the soft tyre hoping that it pays off in the later bit in the dry?
Some people made that gamble pull off on the Saturday, so it'll be interesting indeed. Riding on board now with Maurice Mason.
Just a little bit of a tap at the start there.
A little bit of hesitancy there on the car rotating. I wonder if he's on the softs, Chris.
He could easily be. It just seems, yeah, some mild understeer there. It does look like he's on the softs, just trying to control all the inputs nice and smooth.
Just a bit of latency on with the car rotating.
Yeah, I think he's definitely on softs. The way that car's acting does not
He's going in
fill me with confidence.
He's locked it up.
Oh my word!
He hasn't
That is
rolled
a
it.
huge accident.
Oh, that's going to take some rescuing.
At will. So now Dario Hoyt. Slightly conservative approach, as you can see, up towards the hairpin.
On the run down to the famous hairpin. Very spectacular indeed, Dario Hoyt.
Oh, the rain helping him there.
He's looking a bit
Nice
more
and
at home.
sideways.
A bit more at home today after some troubles yesterday with the undergrowth.
For sure. Ryan Champion now, veteran rally driver. He's had some bad luck for the entire rally, but looks to be in form today.
The car looks like it's on rails as well. Ryan Champion is no stranger to rallying on these kind of conditions as well. Just look at that car's cornering so flat. He's really at home now on the Sunday stages. Just unfortunately had some difficulties yesterday.
He must have got that set up perfect.
Nicely rotated there on the hairpin as well. A bit tight on the entry, but cleanly underway.
Yeah, ran wide a little bit, but didn't seem to hamper him too much.
On board with Kareem Gaskin now on his first run through. I believe this is the second stage of the morning loop. A very fast left-hander coming up. Oh, he's completely misjudged that. I wonder if his throttle stuck open. He didn't look like he lifted at all either. Is
that car does not look like it's moving.
That car is not moving. I think
that's a retirement.
I think that's a retirement. That's a shame. Kareem has been improving bit by bit over Saturday.
Now moving swiftly on to Robert Simmons. Hopefully we won't see a repeat of that incident.
Controlled run through.
He's looking good.
He is.
Yeah. Nice and smooth.
Body language from him inside on the onboard footage looks very, very calm indeed. You need to be calm on these Spain stages with the cut rock just inches away from the edge of the road.
Now on board with Gareth Parry. Looking quick through there. Hot on the brakes. Trying to shut the car down.
He's got to be careful on this next one. Just getting away with hitting. Just getting away with it. That'll just be cosmetic damage. There won't be any alignment issues, thankfully, but he's got to be careful. He's got another stage after this before the first service stop. He needs to reel it back in to make it through the opening loop.
Tell you what, though, those spectators got their money's worth. So, Ori Hunt has been in fine form all
he beached
morning.
it?
Oh, no!
He's got going again.
Oh, that
luckily.
is lucky. The way to the front, just pushing it down, managing to get away again without losing too much time. But that could be costly. And a massive cut.
Big cuts there. He's taking liberties as well. Fortunately, he got going again, but if he's had it beached on that railing, there were no spectators there to get him going again, so he's very, very lucky. Very, very lucky indeed.
Yeah, he's pushing the limits there. Moving on to Chris Corbin.
He's been battling for a podium position with Jeremy and the others. Look at this run. He's absolutely on the limit.
He is sailing through there. This is glorious to watch.
Just missing that
That
bollard.
was close.
Let's just sit back and watch this. This looks like a masterclass. It's almost like it's in a Formula car. The car is just absolutely planted. Some setup changes overnight has really paid off for Chris in this morning loop.
Yeah, he is at home in there, isn't he?
Just watching from the helicam.
Yeah, that is quick. That is seriously quick.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Keep it off the wall. Keep it off. Okay, he's just missed it. So
that was a
clock is
scary
ticking.
moment.
9-10 seconds. He's lost 10 seconds on that. He's got to be careful not to make any more of those mistakes if he wants a podium finish.
Now Jamal Badou. He's been posting some decent times all day.
5 left, extra long.
It's right on board. There's a fast right-hander coming up. Keep it off the... Oh, he's run wide.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Into caution, 2 right.
That is not good. Can he spin the car around in quick time?
No puncture though. No puncture, so he's still safe. But again, these Spain stages are not one to be messed with. You need to drive within your limits, but still close to that limit. It's a very tight line. He's lost it again.
I don't think he's learned his lesson.
Oh, Jamal.
That is unfortunate. But now our very own Dominic Linton, looking nice and tidy, nice and smooth.
A bit tentative on the opening run, but still keeping the pressure on for the top 10.
Yeah, you got to keep your head. See again, still nice and smooth. Oh, a big moment there, a huge spin.
Heart-in-mouth moment that was.
For sure. Well, you got it going again. Was that just what, tyres running out of grip, do you think?
Yeah, just at the end of the stage, limit of the tyres. On board now with Hinkson in his Mitsubishi Space Star. Listen to the RPM. That was a close shave.
That was close.
Is the wheel okay? Yeah, the wheel looks alright. He's not got a puncture, thankfully. Listen to the engine note of this Mitsubishi though. It's much higher engine note compared to the other R5 car. It's very spectacular.
It is, isn't it? It sings.
Just listen to the RPM singing. So that has been the opening loops for day 3 here in Spain. It's been very, very eventful. Lots of retirements today as well. Some close shaves, as you can see. Jamal Badoudas going off into the undergrowth.
Yeah, Richard Jordan also having a close shave on his side over the barrier. Also just narrowly manages to avoid a car.
Has he done a Chris Meek?
He did a Chris Meek there. So here's Liam Carfrae just going to tell us about his day so far.
Unfortunately, I got a puncture on special stage. I came in a bit hot to a corner and just clipped the armco on the inside. But aside from that, it's been really tight and really close at the top.
But yes, as he says, very tight at the top. Still the power stage left to go.
Yeah, it's a real shame to have Liam out of the overall fight, but the power stage is where the glory is. Sponsored by Cat's-Royal Vodka, 100% Barbados product. Final de Bellerieu, 14k's worth, are on the famous hairpin as well at the halfway point. So expect to see some donuts from some spectacular people like Sean Corbin.
So first up on the power stage, Ori Hunt in his Fiesta R5. Let's see how he gets on. Decent start to kick off the power stage here for Ori.
Bit of low-level sun. Oh, bit squirrely in the brakes there. The drivers are going to have a very tricky time on the first half of this stage up until the famous hairpin with the low-level sun in their eyes. Very fast and flowing, but a cut rock can bite you very, very hard.
Yeah, blinding going through. Really got to be careful. Put the sun visors down.
I wonder if he's going to make any daring cuts.
Yeah, he did earlier in the day. Wouldn't be surprised if he tried it again.
Oh, a bit of a cut there as well.
Yeah,
just to shave
try and make as much
temps.
time as possible. They
He's
all
not
count,
taking
don't they,
any
Dom?
liberties, though, isn't he? Yeah.
In one piece so far. Now through the village.
Nice and picturesque. Is that a Swedish flag? Lots of spectators out there today.
They really are. Nice and sideways on the inside.
Extra long. 50.
So now we have our own Dominic Linton making his way through.
4 left tightens 3 over bridge.
Having a fantastic stage so far.
4
The
left
evening
long.
looks were very, very nice and flowing.
Into
Very, very
fine
nice
right,
stages chosen by the organisers.
100. 3 right
So let's see how he gets on.
Into
Making
cut,
his way
4
through.
left.
All running wide. Oh,
Into 5
wow,
left,
that is a
small
big
cut to
crash
the
for Dom.
crest.
That is a huge crash. That's just run out of grip towards the end there. But moving swiftly on to Max Ferry. I think the less we talk about that crash, the better, Dom, don't you think?
Yeah, that one hurt a bit.
Yeah, but anyway, see how Max gets on.
Max is on the way to, I think he's on the way to the hairpin now.
Seems to be.
Oh, he's
There
got.
we go. Oh, that's an interesting place to spin. Has he just locked it up
Yeah, you
as he
saw
was
the
going into the turn?
you saw the rear brake just glowing and not the front. Maybe he made some setup changes before this stage. Maybe in the wrong direction.
Very possibly. Is
Got it very
odd
crossed up on
place
the
to spin.
brakes.
Yeah.
There's
we
his
go into
approach
the
to the
famous
hairpin.
hairpin.
There we go. Bit of an overshoot, but nice save.
Able to get going again. Not lost
Bring-
too much time there.
Bring it home nice and safe, Max. Very, very well done on his first esports event. Very, very well done.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You wouldn't know it looking at it. A little bit wide, maybe you would know it, but able to carry on. No real harm done. Just putting on a show for the fans, I'm sure.
These stages are so tricky. The corners are very, very long and blind as well, so it's hard to get a rhythm, especially on this one with the low-level sun. Just coming from the village now onto the final right and then left hander across to finish. Left hand is very, very blind as well. Just running right here. And he's safely home.
Decent showing from Max Ferry. Now on to Sean Corbin. Heard from him earlier.
Mr. Flamboyant himself.
I hope he manages to continue what he did on day 2. But oh no, he's got it all sorts of wrong there. Clipping the outside barrier and then into the wall on the left. That's got to cost him, Dom.
Cosmetic though. I think that's just cosmetic. He'll get away from that with his heart in his mouth, I imagine.
He's just got to calm himself down, get back in the rhythm, get back in the flow.
Just remember those opening words on the start of stage 1 today, Sean. The finish is right on the corner.
So now Gareth Parry.
Watch the body language of his car through this section. He's been on fire. Left foot braking. The car looks like it's on rails. Look at that.
Brakes are red hot, riding him through the corner. Just try and keep the nose in.
Listen to the engine rev through the corners. keeping the revs
Very
up
high revs.
on the left foot braking. Very, very well driven by Carfrae. He's on fire on this power stage.
Some lovely aerial shots through the woods.
He's on his way to the hairpin as well.
Yeah, nice and smooth. No dramas at all. Just doing what needs to be done.
This could be a very, very quick run.
This looks like it.
And the winner of the power stage will be a recipient of some Cat Spot Award Cup. Very nice and tidy. That's a 10 from me, Chris.
We need to get our scoreboards out. Now entering the village. Last couple of corners of the stage.
This last left-hander here is very, very tight. It creeps up on you.
It does.
Oh,
It's
that's
deceiving,
very,
isn't
very
it?
tidy.
So now, Jeremy
30,
Gonsalves,
two
he is
left
in
tightens.
contention for the win here. He needs a good stage just to finish it off, as you can see. Currently 13 seconds up on Ollivierre. Just got to bring it home. No mistakes. Obviously not relax too much.
Look
Just
at
what needs
that
to be
low-level
done.
sun, though. That low-level sun could be the deciding
80.
factor in those 13 seconds. It's all
It
to
could
play
easily
for
be.
here.
It just gets in your eyes at the wrong point. You find a tree. It's
You
game
realise
over.
Jeremy also using left foot braking technique on that left-hander.
Yeah, keeping it nice and steady. Doesn't seem to be pushing too hard.
Into a nice rhythm. This not going as well, so he's very, very comfortable in that corner.
Yeah,
Let's
not
watch him through the
overworking
famous
it at all.
hairpin. I wonder if he's going to go to the Gilles Peninsula
50.
style donuts.
2 right long, tightens.
Quite a bit sedate
two
through there.
left.
Not as nice
He's
as
looking for a
Gareth.
power stage win, I imagine. He's still fighting hard for the win.
Yeah, he's being sensible, isn't he? Ooh, running a bit wide towards the edge.
This middle section is lots of 4s and 5s, and it's very tricky to get a rhythm. We saw Chris Corbin on the
Into 5
reverse
left of a
direction,
crest.
having
Into 4 right.
absolutely threading the needle.
100. 5 right, 30.
So
2
now,
left tightens.
Dominic Ollivierre,
Good luck.
he's got to chase down Jeremy Gonsalves, see what he can do. He's got 13 seconds to make up.
2, 1.
And away he goes.
5 right, 30. 2
What do you think his chances are, Dom?
I think if there's anyone to take the fight to Jeremy, it's Dominic Ollivierre.
Don't cut 6 right. Opens of a
Very, very
crest.
tidy so
Into
far.
5 left, 100.
Maybe just a little bit tentative in the braking zones.
Left. 4
You can't
right.
have the nerves about you when going up against Jeremy, especially on the power stage. It's all to play for.
Opens 80.
Yeah, perhaps he's just trying to settle down. Nerves might be quite high.
Into 6
Just
right.
got to get going.
Keep middle
Perhaps
of
just
a
start
30.
pushing halfway through the
You can
stage.
see him there just
Or you can really let loose.
leaning on the grip levels of the tyre,
Right.
off throttle, but
Into 5
using
left long.
those soft compound tyres very, very well.
Into 6 left. Opens 50.
He's getting a bit out of shape now. He's pushing. You can tell he
You can
wants
tell
the
he's
win.
pushing. Look at his body language behind the wheel as well. He
Small cut. Into 3 left
a
long.
bit tentative there as well.
Into 2 right tightens.
It's a face of concentration,
Into
isn't
6
it?
left long.
Now, this is a very long stage. After this left hand, it's going to run down to the hairpin. He's half a second down.
Turn unseen. Hairpin left.
That slight out of shape in the middle part might have cost him there.
50.
Nice and
2
tidy
right
through the
long.
hairpin.
Tightens.
That was very, very clean.
That was very clean.
2 left. Opens.
This could be a
Minimal time
promising
lost.
run.
4 left.
It's really good.
3 right.
Of course, he's still got to make up 13 seconds for a chance of victory.
50.
Let's catch back up with him a bit later on. Back on board with Jeremy here in the final sectors of the stage.
His heart's going to be in his mouth at this point. All he needs to do is just complete it.
Brake disc going
No.
there, you see he's near the end of the
I
stage.
saw that, yeah.
Just a bit of fatigue with the brakes now. We don't have any splits at the moment, so until he crosses the line, we don't know what the progress is going to be.
Now entering the village. This is the final section. Just keep it calm, keep it collected.
Very picturesque village.
Over finish.
Very tidy
Into
across the
4.
finish.
Just clipping the barrier at the end.
Just making it through the timing beam.
Tightens. Opens 6 long.
Back on board
Now
with
back
Dominic
on board.
now.
Into 3 left tightens.
This
He's gonna
looks
be pushing
quick
it.
though. He's 7/10 up.
Left. Into 4
Is it going to
7/10
be
up,
enough though? No, bear in mind he needs to make up 13 seconds.
and
I'm not sure if he'll find 13 seconds in these final splits, but anything is possible. We're not sure if Jeremy may have had a spin.
100.
Yes, anything is possible in rallying. Dominic could even crash.
Into big
Let's hope he
cut.
doesn't.
5 right of a crest. Into caution. Keep left
So now, final stage.
There's a section here with a barrier on the inside, right there. I'm pretty sure that caught some people out as well earlier in the day.
I could see myself crashing there if I were here. You gotta have nerves of steel for this man.
He is unreal, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Final corner's coming up now. This is a very tense moment.
Let's find out how he's done.
Oh, and he's dropped 2 seconds.
That is not enough, unfortunately.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The power stage brought to you by Cat Vodka, 100% Barbados product. Jeremy Gonsalves bringing home the win with a time of 6 minutes 41 and 2 seconds adrift, Dominic Ollivierre.
And Liam Carfrae bringing it up at third on the controller, 3.6 seconds behind the leader. Very tight at the top there. Now for the Sunday Cup results. Richard Jordan winning it in his Polo R5 on the controller, 46 minutes and 34 seconds.
Another 2 seconds back, Matthew Staffner and Carrington in third. Very tight between the top two. Only 2 seconds across day 3. Very good battle between the two of them.
Now the controllers, of course, Liam Carfrae winning it on the controller in his Skoda. 1 hour 43, 29 minutes in total. Terrace Scott bring up in seconds, 2 minutes behind.
And then Doyle on in third. A good battle between Graham Finlayson and Dario Hoyt. Battle for 10th. Graham Finlayson having the better luck after his nighttime troubles the day before.
Here are the wheel contenders, their results. Gonsalves, of course, winning, followed by Ollivierre. Chris Corbin down in 4th, a minute behind. We've seen some of him so far this rally.
And Adam Pinheiro from Trinidad and Tobago finishing in 8th place. Very good strong running from him in his Polo R5. And then there you have it, the overall. Jeremy Gonsalves bringing home the win after a hard-fought drive on day 3, overcoming his role on Friday night.
It's a huge result for him. Ollivierre in 2nd, 15 seconds behind. Some mentions. Liam Carfrae in 5th. Adam Mallalieu down in 8th, his first event in the esports scene. Only a teenager, mind you, of course.
And then Sean Corbin, Mr. Flamboyant himself, down in 15th. Very good run from him as well.
So while Gonsalves celebrates his win, we just wish to thank you all for joining us. Thank you for Cat for sponsoring the power stage, and of course Carib Motorsport and Carib Rally Club for organising this marvellous event. I've been Chris Rinn.
And I've been Dominic Linton. Thank you for watching.
Hopefully we'll see you soon.